Now we have a very special interview, right? Not only because this is family, but also because we have the queen of Talk TV right here, and it's her birthday today.
Yay! Whoop, 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 whoop.
Welcome
Thank
to
you.
Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you.
Morayo Afolabi-Brown.
Yeah, my first time here.
Pleasure. First time here.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay, now this book is definitely something that I am proud of.
Thank
right?
you.
And going through it has been so amazing because you were so vulnerable to talk about the experiences that literally led up to this moment of your life. So now I want to backtrack, right? It's been several years for you of challenges, overcoming them, and of course succeeding. Now, where did the passion for what you do, where did that start from? We'll talk about the book, but we need to go back and talk about that, the old stories.
I just felt that we needed to actually give women a voice. Okay. You know, I felt that the truth is, I was privileged to be in the US when The View started and was hosted by Barbara Walters. I just saw how these women were different and they came up with that energy. Yeah. And I felt that when I come back to Nigeria, I want to do a show like this. Although we all, at that age, we all wanted to be Oprah. So everybody's like, oh, we're going to have a TV show. But I mean, I went into media, I worked in various companies. And then when the opportunity came, I said, you know what, it's time for us to put women on stage. And I didn't want professionals. I wanted regular folks, because what happened was that I was seeing on television, we've seen lots of men churning out names, figures, dates and stuff, history, talking from their own perspective. I said, you know what? We are the ones spending the money. We're the ones the economy affects most. Very true. So we need to have a platform. So I thought of bringing different women from different ages, different backgrounds, different experiences together to have a platform where they can express their views without discrimination or fear. Yes,
of course. So now chapter 1 literally says a foundation remains forever, talking about your childhood and growing up. So you shared stories about your mom, about your dad, and how acceptance was also a struggle and all of that. So now what impact would you say that had to literally bring you to this point where you are now?
Because, well, I grew up alone. Like I had 3 brothers, and although I have my other sisters, I have sisters and all that, but I grew up alone in the house. I always heard of having brothers, you know, and I saw friends who just had brothers and sisters and they had people protecting them. So I was always alone as a child. You know, I come home talking to the chairs, talking to the clothes on the rack.
You thought you were a teacher.
Yeah, exactly. I was just talking to everything. And my mom was a trader, so she used to lock the door to upstairs. So I only had living room and dining. Those are the only 2 places. And TV opens at 4 p.m. So it was just me alone, myself and I. So that also helped me to find myself and my voice. And my father was also a human rights activist. He was president of NBA at some time. So, and he was one of Babangida's worst enemies. So my house was like a mecca for the information. People used to come around to talk to my father. And I just used to see the passion and how people just wanted to hear his own perspective and view on various issues. So that also helped me to find my own voice and realize that it's important for views to be expressed without fear or discrimination.
Definitely. And of course, you put all of that energy into the show, Your View, and then you speak about the assignment of it all. So now in detail, now for those who haven't heard it, right? Your view, the assignment, what is it really behind it? It's giving women a voice. Why is it so important?
Now, because when when women express their views, societies change. Since this show started back in 2013, we've seen lots of more shows where women express themselves. Back then, we didn't have a lot of female-led shows. Today, I'm proud because the ladies of Your View have also championed voices for women across the country. They have more shows where women are speaking, were expressing themselves. Before, women were more like maybe red carpet hosts, but now we're seeing people taking charge in TV shows, and that's the idea. When women express their views, societies begin to change because we share our thoughts and our experiences, and that helps people to reshape and think of how things can be done differently or better.
Yes, of course. So now last month, we literally saw an event you put together. You literally put Lagos on a standstill.
You think? Oh, yeah, right.
And it was an amazing one, announcing and everything. And during, your husband literally came up to speak and he spoke about how the first draft, this is not the first draft, right? And then talk about how you literally had to redo all of that. Tell us about that experience and how it made you feel.
My husband, you know, when you told this man, I'm writing a book, he knew I was writing a book. So he knew the stories I was writing about. So he felt like, I know all the stories, not am I reading your book for? So when I finished the book, I said, please, just let me go first. I said, no, Mara, I beg. I have read the book. I know all the stories there. There's nothing that's new. So he didn't answer me. So I told my brothers, his best friend, who's a lawyer, to also read it. And everybody read it, was perfectly fine. So when I now moved the date, and I started my campaign in May, said, that your book safe. Let me even see. Let me even try to see. Now read it. By the time my husband finished reading that book, he was just scattering and lining and stying and
wow.
I'm like, what are you doing? He said, this thing cannot go out like this. I said, what? After 1,000 copies I've been preaching, do you know how much money I spent? He said, don't worry, I'll pay for it. So he started over again. He changed some paragraphs, which he felt that, because there was a story about where I got arrested. I know, just for that, listen, yes, you got arrested, but there's a way you tell the story that would not affect you in future. So he had to rephrase a few of those things. And I had to reprint, so he paid for it, but I'm happy that he did.
That he did, right? Definitely. Now, talking about the story where you got arrested, right? As I said earlier in the beginning of this interview, you were very vulnerable. Right. So now, what place do you think vulnerability has, especially in society today, where everybody's literally trying to paint a picture on social media and things like that? What role?
You know, what I realize is that a lot of books that we have today, people just, they've had their experiences, but they summarize the experiences in lessons they've learned. And now write books about lessons they've learned. And I felt that we need to change that. You know, I have a young girl that lives with me. When she read my book, she said, Morayo, you know what I like about your book? You shared your story. You didn't tell me what lessons to learn. From your story, I picked out and I was able to deduce the lessons I needed based on where I am in my life right now. And that's what this book is about. I'm sharing my story with my experiences. I'm not going to tell you, 5 lessons to become rich, 3 steps to become a leader, 5 steps. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just give you my own story. You then pick out what actually you need from it at the moment, because Nigerians, we need to share more of our real stories. There are so many true African stories out there, true experiences that we've been through, but we just kind of cover it up, butter it up, and look really pretty and say, oh yeah, I did well. Just believe in yourself, trust God, everything will happen. It doesn't happen that way. You got to tell me what you did, what happened. So that's what I did in this book.
Amazing. It definitely turned out really, really nice. Now, running your view for 10 years, it was 10 years in May. Definitely could not be easy. Now, tell me the most challenging, at least off the top of your head, the most challenging experiences you literally had.
There's a lot.
Plenty. Of course.
NSAS was one of it. The fact that some ladies had to leave at some point. The fact that I said my husband couldn't bath my child on television, and the whole of Nigeria just came after me as if it was a horrible
So how do you handle things like that when you actually get the back?
Well, first things first, I have a solid family support. My husband is there. My family, my husband's mom and grandmother live with me, and they're out there. So because I have that strong family support, even when the challenges come, I know I'm okay. Even during NSAS, I shared in the book where my mother-in-law, my grandmother-in-law came to look for me. I mean, even when the whole road was on fire, the hoodlums were running up and down, they came and they walked through that crowd to look for me. So I have that kind of background at home. So there is no challenge that throws at me. Somehow God helps me to buffer it up, to give me some kind of sanity in the
Amazing. Okay, so it's your birthday today.
Yeah, it's my birthday.
Where's the party? Where's the party?
After I just finished party with book launch, and I forget it. Everybody called me and I said, Annie, I'm not doing nothing. They said rice and chicken. I said, there's no rice and chicken.
Wow.
Because right now, I'm selling buckets. I'm selling books.
Yeah, selling books. So that's all we're about.
Buy my book.
Definitely, right? This is all the birthday gifts.
Yeah, that's the very gift I need right now. After that money, I bet.
Amazing. So now, definitely, you're at this point and all of that. And then going forward, what would you say your vision is going forward after achieving this milestone?
Right. So honestly, I think I've said it before, I want to see more your views across the country. I want everybody, I want it in different languages. I want it across the world. I want women to express themselves. I want young your views. I want old your views. I would like to bring together a group of old, maybe 60s, 70s, come together, just have a conversation. You know, how life was, how the grandkids are doing. You know, I would like to, because I believe that when women express themselves more, societies change, because even men see us differently.
True.
Men respect us. They realize that, okay, these guys are not just all about, you know, fashion and lifestyle. They actually do have some perspective on different things. So when we are speaking and we provide women a platform, things change, our children change, perspectives change, societies change a lot. So I would love to see more your views across the countries in different parts of the world.
Okay, so do you have a program for that? Or do you have a plan, active plan?
My plan is just to encourage and inspire others to do it. You know, I mean, I can't do it all.
True.
We've set the standard. More people are going to go surpass it and do better. And that's my dream. I want to be, I said, I want to be 80, watching different ladies talking on show. And I'm just, that's your view. Yeah, come express yourself. You know, I love that. And I think, and even all the ladies who have left, they're all doing something great on television. They're all speaking. And I feel like, you know what? I'm happy that they're doing it.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much. Now, before we go, where can we get this book?
So it's on Amazon.
Okay.
It's on Woven Heights now in Lagos.
Oh,
it's cavitymedia.com. You can get it on cavitymedia.com. And you can call the numbers on my page, Morayo-Brown,
Yes.
on my Instagram page. You get all the details.
Amazing. Do we have the soft copy of it as well?
Yeah, it's on Amazon. Yeah, I can get
Amazon.
the
Okay,
soft
yes,
copy.
yes, yes. Amazing. Thank you so much for being here. That party you don't want to have, we'll have it on your behalf. Don't worry. Thank you so much. Definitely amazing talking to
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you for inspiring us. We appreciate you. We have food for you, so you're not going anywhere. Amazing. We're going on a quick break right now. When we come back, still so much more happening right here on Wake Up Nigeria.